Hello, I'm Jon Dittert, your host for this drum lesson, and today we're going to talk about rim shots. But before we learn how to do a rim shot, we first have to learn what we mean when we say the word rim shot. Now, when somebody asks you to do a rim shot, they're probably asking you to do one of three things. First, they might be asking you to strike the head and the rim simultaneously, creating a loud accented effect. They may be asking you to hit the snare drum and the cymbals, as you would after telling a joke. Or they may be asking you to hit the butt of your stick on the rim softly to create a clave-like sound. Let's save some time today and learn how to do all three kinds of rim shots, as well as when to do each particular one. Now, our first definition, striking the rim and the head at the same time, is the classic percussion definition of a rim shot. If you're being asked to play a rim shot by a percussion instructor, a percussion method book, or really any published piece of music, then this is what you're being asked to do. Doing this kind of rim shot is actually as simple as it sounds. You merely strike the head of the drum and the rim at the same time. It'll take a little bit of time and practice to get the angle just right, but eventually it will become second nature. Now, when my students have trouble with rim shots, the problem is usually that they're starting with their stick too high or at too steep of an angle. If you start with your stick low and parallel to the snare drum before you wind up, you'll just naturally catch the head and the rim together as you finish your stroke, like so. If you're nervous about some isolated rim shots, say in a concert band piece or as a sound effect in a play or a musical, you can actually cheat this one a little bit. Take one stick and place it on the drum touching both the head and the rim. Then strike that stick with your other stick. It's the same effect with almost no chance of missing. The second type of rim shot is what you hear after someone tells a joke. This is another legitimate definition of rim shot, though it doesn't come up too often in musical settings. Most often you'll be asked to do this by somebody who's introducing your band or giving a speech at an event that your band is playing. Anyhow, to do this, you just strike the snare drum twice and then a cymbal, like so. Some people like to put the bass drum with the cymbal and some people don't. It's really up to you and it's a matter of taste. Okay, so what's the difference between a banjo and an onion? Nobody cries when you chop up a banjo. What do you call a guitar player who just broke up with his girlfriend? Homeless. And the easiest way to remember this is with one of my favorite jokes. Two snare drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. Ba-dum-tsh. Okay, the final type of rim shot is not actually a rim shot at all. In percussion circles, this is more often known as a cross stick, but it can also be called a rim knock or a rim click. That doesn't mean, however, that some people won't ask you to do a rim shot and mean this. When your 65-year-old church choir director looks at you and says, okay, now on the third verse we're going to get real soft and prayerful, so drummer, I need you to switch over to rim shots, she does not mean for you to go crazy on the snare drum, obviously. Okay, so to do a cross stick, flip your stick around, place the butt of the stick on the rim about the 2 o'clock position. The tip of your stick should rest about an inch or two in on the head at about the 8 o'clock position. Now, without lifting the tip of your stick off the head, raise the butt of your stick and then bring it back down to the rim. It helps me to think about that clicky thing from the movies they use to say, action. It should be the same type of motion and coincidentally the same type of sound. Now you can change the sound of a cross stick considerably just by moving your hand around the clock and forwards and backwards like so. You'll have to experiment to get the exact sound that you're looking for. Okay, now you should know how to do every type of rim shot. It's up to you to use context to figure out exactly what's being asked of you, but now you'll be prepared no matter what. Okay, I hope you found today's video helpful. Make sure you don't miss future lessons by clicking subscribe. If you want to see me talk about other music, but not necessarily drum-related things, check out my second channel, Jon Dittert Music. And as always, thanks for watching.